Got into this wild ass scuffle because a motherfucker walked up on me in the store like, man, I like that hat, dog. I was like, cool. He was like, you from there? I was like, hell no, I'm from Detroit. He was like, man, I love my city, man, but they crazy as hell. I said, where you from? He said, Chicago. Like I was supposed to know. I said, oh, that shit ain't crazy. He was like, nah, man, that shit crazy as hell. Motherfuckers be wildin'. I'm like, man, them niggas don't be wildin'. He like, shit, man, to each his own, man. I know Detroit crazy as hell, too. I said, He was like, man, your ass must be out here crazy as fuck. I was like, nah, not really. I'm just saying, it is what it is, man. That shit ain't, if you think that shit crazy, you soft as hell. He is like, nah, I'm far from soft. I asked him, I said, how many bodies you got? He said, man, I'm gonna keep it real, dog. I ain't even got no bodies. I said, well, you ain't from Chicago then. He said, I'm definitely from Chicago, born and raised. I said, where you from? He said, the Gardens. I said, yeah, you from Perpin. Any motherfucker that say they from Chicago, that's the first thing they say is the Gardens or the Printy Green, because that's what motherfuckers know. I said, you ain't from Chicago and ain't got no bodies, dog. And you how old? He said, I'm 28. I'm like, yeah, you lying like a motherfucker, man. Motherfuckers be catching bodies by 6. He said, nah, man, I stay out the way. I'm like, you can't stay out the way in Chicago, man. Everywhere you go, a motherfucker telling you to come check it out. Hey, folk, come here. I could tell you ain't but from Chicago because you still saying Joe. You keep saying Joe. Motherfuckers don't say that shit no more in Chicago. He said, man, I ain't on me. I'm my own person. I'm like, all right, man, you can go ahead with your game, man. I said, it's your story. I'm going to let you tell it. But you can't be from Chicago if you ain't got no bodies. He was like, you got some bodies? I was like, shit, I ain't going to tell. I said, I ain't the type of motherfucker that show and tell. But you seen that shit on the news last night? He like, what? That shit that happened at the bus station where 3 people got smoked? I said, yeah. He said, yeah, I seen that shit. I said, that was me. He said, that was you? I said, of course it was me. I showed him the banger. I said, this the same banger. I don't give a fuck. He was like, they sure didn't catch the motherfucker either. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so you better watch who you talking to out here, man. You can't be from Chicago and you ain't got no bodies, man. I'm unbelieving. He like, I'd do it if I got to, but I'm like, all right, ride with me real fast then. He like, where are we going? I'm like, we about to check you out. We about to see if you really Chicago certified. He said, I'm certified, man. I ain't about to hop in the car with you. I said, yes, you is. He said, you making me? I said, shit, I ain't making you, but if you from Chicago, you about to prove that shit. He like, how the fuck I'm gonna prove it? I might just hop in. So he hopped in the car. Boom. I'm like, dog. You see that old lady right there? Once we got down the street, I'm like, you see that old lady right there? He was like, yeah. I handed him the blicky. I said, show me, man. Catch your first body. He like, hell no, man. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought, man. Get out my car, man. He like, no, man, I'm just not about to do nothing to no old-ass woman, man, that ain't dead, nothing. I'm like, that's easy. I said, that's easy. She ain't got a lot left in the tank. He like, nah, man, I'm not about to do that. I'm like, yeah, man, you not from Chicago, dog. He like, yes, I am, man. I'm like, you trying to prove it? He said, man, I do whatever I got to do to prove it. Boom, I knew I had him. I pulled up on the op block. I was like, you see that house right there? I was like, go knock on the door. They gonna answer it because they trap it anyway. First motherfucker come to the door, blast him. Come back to the car, we pull off. He like, hell no, I ain't got no problem with these fools. I'm like, dog. These motherfuckers is out here ruining the community, man. So if you on some old good-ass evangelist type shit, then motherfucking go handle your business. You know what I'm saying? So he like, boom, he go knock on the door. But he ain't do shit. He ended up copping some work from him. I'm like, dog, now you gotta smoke it. He like, hell no, I don't get down like that. I'm like, dog, now you gotta smoke it, man. Period. I pulled up the pipe. I said, now you gotta smoke it. He like, you already got a pipe. He tell you out here smoking work. I'm like, dog, chill on me, man. That's what you gotta do, bro. Before you get out this motherfucking car, he like, you making me? I'm like, shit, I ain't making you, but that's the only alternative. So he blew the work. Boom. And then I was like, yeah, man, if you, when I let him go, because I determined that you not from Chicago, because ain't nobody about to smoke no motherfucking work, man. You definitely not from Chicago, man. So that was the final test right there, boom. So I was like, yeah, get the fuck out of my car. And I said, listen, if you try to tell the police on me, you the one that got PCP in your system, crack, all that shit. So don't even try it. He was like, you been planning this shit all day. I said, I've been planning this shit all week, nigga. Your ass is done. I said, man, yeah, you not from Chicago, period, man. You from Peoria or something. He like, all right, yeah, whatever. I shot him in his leg. Bow, getting out the car. Yeah, talk that shit now. Bitch ass motherfucker. I be in the shot for real. I be in the D for real. I already know how to behave. You don't. You out there on that nice ass shit gonna get you fucked up. I'm surprised you survived 28 years. If you from Chicago. You not from Chicago though, cuz. I could tell. I could definitely tell. I ain't from Chicago or Detroit, but I could go out there and I could get along with everybody because I commensurate the bullshit and we could break down that bread and get some money and shit. And I could cooperate. He couldn't cooperate. You know what I'm saying? I go to Chicago, man. I do whatever they need me to do, but as long as this shit is reciprocated, I do whatever they need me to do. Let's get it. We could sit down and we could do business, or we could sit down and we could kill each other. It is what it is. It depends on however you feeling. Him, he wasn't from Chicago. He must be from close by. You know what I'm saying? He must be from Illinois. Just because you from Illinois don't mean you from Chicago. Flat out.